My name is Victoria Harth. I go to Orange Coast College, and my PTK chapter is Mu Beta Alpha.
I'm Shayla Esri. I'm the Public Relations Officer of Phi Theta Kappa for the Beta Delta Omega chapter of Mount San Jacinto College.
My name is Robin Swazer, and I am from Copper Mountain College, the Beta Rho Pi chapter.
My name is Maurice Martin. My school is San Diego City College, and I'm with the Phi Theta Kappa at City.
My name is Christina Kirker, and I'm with the Alpha Pi Epsilon chapter that is located at Southwestern College in Chula Vista, California. That's a hard question.
That's a tough one. I think both, to be honest.
So that's your final answer.
I think if you cheated in high school, it's likely that you're going to cheat in college as well.
In high school, students do it because they don't want to do the work, they don't want to do the research, or they don't know the answer, so they'll ask their classmate, hey, what's the answer to this question? And in college, some students do it because they don't want to do the paper. They don't have time to do their paper with family lives, whatever their excuse may be.
I think maybe in high school, because of the importance. I don't think that the awareness of the importance of what cheating, unearned success, and the whole moral issue of stepping on other people's neck for personal benefit, I think is an issue.
Well, I think that it really depends on how serious you take education in the first place. Perhaps in high school, there's not as much of an awareness of the repercussions of cheating. Plus you have everybody's all buddy-buddy and there's a whole clique thing, so maybe people are more comfortable sharing their work. I think that once you get to the college level, however, you start to feel a little bit more of a protective nature towards your work. For me, it always existed. So I think it's probably more likely in primary schools and in secondary education in high school and things like that.
Or maybe the other way around. Maybe it's more likely that you're going to cheat in college if you have cheated in high school. Now, also in high school, I think sometimes you might cheat because you're not conscious of the consequences. You're more immature. I think that cheating in school happens in both just as much. I know from experience, I had my share of cheating in high school as well. I feel like it really depends on the person, not exactly the facility. But also, I think cheating also happens a lot more in high school because high school has a lot of younger students, and we're not exactly fully prepared for the future, and maybe our morals are still coming into play and we're building on that. Whereas when you do look at a 2-year institution or maybe even a 4-year university, that there are older people who are experienced and do have values and know that that is not okay. So again, I think it really depends on the person, but I would say that it does happen more in high school.
I think high school makes you more susceptible, and it's more opportunity to take advantage of those temptations. I think with maturity, there might be, even though the issue has grown, but I think that the maturity level and the importance of who you associate with becomes a factor. But I think by the time you get to college, you're 18, you have a lot more experience. There's a lot more pressures and deadlines to adhere to. But I think that your moral compass is probably sort of kicked in. Again, that depends on your environment. Well, yeah, I think if you got to college already, you have a lot more confidence. You have a lot of more successes under your belt. You realize that a failure here or there is not the end of the world. So the thing is kind of like in high school, your high school sweetheart is different than your college sweetheart.
It can be if it's done intentionally.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think that is okay. I think that we need to give credit to the people whose ideas they were originally. Yes, it is a form of cheating. Now I know that sometimes, especially freshman students, make mistakes. So they are literally plagiarizing, but because they didn't know how to make the right quotes and references. So, but after you know that, you still plagiarize, yes, you're definitely cheating.
Our college takes that very seriously. They will expel you based on that. And I had somebody ask me to write a paper for them, and I said no. I'll help you, but I will help you to gather research, or show you how to gather research, but I will not do it for you.
Clear instruction needs to be given as to what constitutes plagiarism and how to properly cite in your work. A lot of times what can happen is in the course of your reading you come up with these, ways of saying things that are remarkably close to the source material. And while it may not be intentional, it still needs to be brought up. It's be careful, this is very similar to what this author said, and even if you're paraphrasing, you're still required to cite. So I think it's just important to be more clear about the instruction and the nature of citation and the reason for citation. I know I wasn't introduced to it until I started community college. Actually, I don't think I ever really did any major research until college. I mean, I did have some experience through a unique program that I was enrolled in a gifted program, because I'm back from Florida, so our school systems are somewhat different. And I was allowed to conduct, independent research, and usually it would just be a citation at the end. I never got any instruction in in-text citation until I got to college.
I think it's important in a couple of respects. One, and here's the most important part. Plagiarism is not only against the law and the rules in school, you can kick out, this is a very big deal. But I think what's more important about that is that you're not being able to speak with your own voice. And college is about finding your voice. So even if it's not exactly what your instructors or what the question is, it's better defining what the question is and then being able to answer that question in a voice that gives credence to what your beliefs are, what your belief system are. How do you associate where you are now with the history and what brought you here? And how do you better explain that? And how do you give other people an opportunity to say, I too experienced it, I too see it that way. So it builds a better collaboration. So it's not a big help to you. But I understand, like in martial arts, you have to practice doing katas. This is a form of practice of dance. And you do repetition. You do it just like everybody your instructor showed you. But at some point down the road, as you begin to get your black belt or brown belt, as you move to the upper divisions, you begin to practice the form in your own identity. And I think plagiarism is like that. You may practice a little bit to try to find out what your voice is, but then at some point you have to begin to say, here's what I want to say. Here's what I have to add to the conversation. So in order for you to be involved in the conversation, you need to use less others and more you. So it's not only a rule thing, it's about your maturity and your being able to have a chance to be heard.
I've had somebody approach me and say, look, you know what, I don't have time to do my paper for psychology. Could you help me and write my paper? I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you to write your paper, but I can help you with advice. I can sit down with you like a tutor and help you, show you how to find research, give you suggestions, and help you, show you how to take pieces out of it, but I'm not going to write the paper for you. I said, that's as far as I will go. I said, I'm a part of an honor society. I worked to get here, and I feel that you should work to earn your grade. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to help you earn your grade. I can help you, tutor you, whatever, but I'm not going to give you the answer. I'm not going to write it for you.